LeBron James' career has been defined by dominance, longevity, and a level of consistency that has rarely, if ever, been seen in NBA history. And one of the clearest examples of that consistency is his legendary streak of double-digit scoring games. Tonight, we dive deep into the numbers, the context, the history, and the unbelievable durability behind LeBron's iconic run. So buckle up, Lakers fans and basketball lovers, because this streak is more than just points. It's a symbol of a player who refuses to slow down. LeBron didn't just enter the NBA as a young phenom straight out of high school. He entered with expectations so enormous that almost no one in history could have lived up to them. Yet year after year, game after game, season after season, he kept delivering. The moment he scored his first double-digit game as a rookie, nobody imagined we were witnessing the beginning of a streak that would become one of the NBA's most unbreakable records. It wasn't just scoring, it was longevity. It was availability. It was skill evolution. It was a mindset. As the seasons rolled by, LeBron kept reinventing himself, going from slasher to mid-range maestro to dominant post player to long-range sharpshooter. Through injuries, roster changes, trades, coaching switches, and team rebuilds, one thing stayed the same: he always found a way to reach double digits. Even on nights when the Lakers struggled, when the Cavaliers were rebuilding, or when the Heat Big Three faced enormous pressure, LeBron remained the constant. Now, the big question fans ask is, just how long did LeBron James' 10-point game streak last? The answer is staggering. The streak stretched over more than 1,000 consecutive games, making it the longest such streak in NBA history, surpassing Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Karl Malone, and every other legend to ever step foot on the hardwood. This wasn't just a statistical footnote, it became one of the defining markers of LeBron's Iron Man legacy. What's even more incredible is the context in which the streak continued. Think about the modern NBA: load management, players resting on back-to-backs, teams taking the long view on superstar health. Yet despite playing into his late 30s, at an age where most NBA stars are long retired, LeBron kept putting up double digits without fail. It almost didn't matter how many minutes he played, what offensive system he was in, or which teammates were beside him. The scoring production never dipped below that 10-point baseline. There were close calls. A few nights where LeBron started slow. Games where foul trouble limited him early. Nights following injury scares. Even instances where he came off the bench or played with minute restrictions. But every single time, fans waited for that moment where he crossed the 10-point line, and he always delivered. It became a ritual. Broadcasters highlighted it before games. Social media reminded everyone in real time. Opposing fanbases knew the streak was alive. And Lakers fans especially watched it like a sacred countdown. To put this streak into perspective, consider how rare consistency actually is at the NBA level. Superstars have cold nights. Injury happens. Coaches rest players. But LeBron's mix of skill, durability, IQ, and discipline allowed him to avoid those pitfalls. He never let fatigue, scoring slumps, or team strategy interfere with getting at least those 10 points. Even in games where scoring wasn't the focus, where he prioritized playmaking or defense, he quietly put together enough buckets to extend the streak. Many analysts argue that this streak personifies LeBron more than any MVP trophy or championship ring. It reflects the day-to-day grind. The commitment behind the scenes. The ability to adjust to new eras, new teammates, and new roles. When you're talking about a career that spans 2 decades, for franchises, multiple eras of pace and space, rule changes, and waves of young stars, maintaining that level of production is nothing short of ridiculous. As the streak continued, younger players coming into the league were still only children when the streak began. Some had posters of LeBron on their walls. Some grew up watching him win titles in Miami. Some witnessed his iconic comeback in Cleveland or his bubble championship with the Lakers. Yet by the time they reached the NBA, the streak was still going. It became generational, something players and fans alike passed down as a talking point. Eventually, the end of the streak became a storyline of its own. Every time LeBron played through an injury or took limited minutes, people wondered, could this be the night? But regardless of when or how the streak eventually ended, the record itself remains nearly impossible to touch. Over 1,000 consecutive double-digit scoring games. In today's era, with the pace of the schedule, the emphasis on rest, the physical demands of the modern NBA, it may never be matched again. But beyond the raw number, the streak represents something else: LeBron's relationship with the game of basketball. His commitment. His competitive fire. His ability to stay prepared even when his body ages, even when critics doubt him, even when the league shifts around him. In every 10-point game, There's a piece of LeBron's story, his evolution, his resilience, and his drive to stay among the all-time greats. For Lakers fans watching in 2025 and beyond, the streak stands as yet another reminder of the longevity and greatness we've been lucky enough to witness. And whether you're a die-hard LeBron supporter or someone who's rooted against him his entire career, you cannot deny the respect this accomplishment demands. It isn't flashy, it isn't viral, but it's historic, and it may truly last forever. So, how long did LeBron James' double-digit scoring streak last? Long enough to rewrite the record books. Long enough to transcend eras. Long enough to reinforce that when you talk about the most consistent superstar in basketball history, LeBron sits at the top of that conversation. His streak isn't just a statistic, it's a legacy. And as long as fans continue to debate the greatest of all time, this record will always be part of the argument.